There are two problems I'm fighting right now. Number one, it is hot outside. I'm trying to cool off. And number two, sometimes there's a little bit of a sugar craving, and I may also want to get some more fat in my diet, and both of those actually have the exact same solution. I'm going to show you how to do it, and we're going to use this really cool ice maker that Typhur has. You don't necessarily have to have this ice maker, but it is very, very helpful to get really clean quality ice because you know what's actually going into the water. Let me show you how this works, and let me give you an incredible recipe to break the sugar cravings, keep you nice and cool when it's hot outside, and maybe help you boost your fat macro if that's something you're looking for. So this is the Typhur Fast Nugget Ice Maker. Before we dive into the recipe, I just want to tell you a little bit about this. In case you would like to pick one up, there is a link in the description box. So here's the thing. This is an extremely quiet nugget ice maker. It's really, really nice. I've had it sitting on my counter and I keep using it for ice for everything that I drink. The reason that I've been doing that, I really like cold drinks, but I'm not a huge fan of the chlorine and who knows what else, fluoride and everything else that is in the city water supply, which is what comes out of my freezer. And because I rent where I live, I don't have the option of installing something like a reverse osmosis filter in my water lines that run to the freezer. I don't get to do all of that. I do have a countertop reverse osmosis though, and I can use that water and pour it into this ice maker. So I have this set to make ice every single day. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit of an overlay of the app. This is the Wi-Fi version of this ice maker, which means I can go into the app, I can schedule it, I can set for it to make ice, I can rename it. Mine is named Baby, Ice Ice Baby, and you can track when it needs more water or how much ice it's made. You can also do a cleaning or a deep cleaning cycle directly in the app, and it also came with some descaling packets that I can use to descale the water should there actually be anything that would build up. With the reverse osmosis, that's probably not going to be too much of an issue, but I do have that option and you will as well. This is really cool. The top folds open right here. It has a capacity of about 1.5 liters of ice, and it is called a fast nugget ice maker because within about 10 to 15 minutes of turning it on, I'm starting to get usable ice in that basket. I have noticed it fills the basket somewhere in the range of about 45 to 60 minutes after I've turned it on, where it is completely full and it has stopped automatically. So we're going to use this ice today, which is the best quality ice I can get because it is made from reverse osmosis water, which makes it extremely easy for me to make sure I know what's going into my body. We're going to use this and we are going to make a cool chocolate caramel drinkable custard, which is going to help you up the fat and also keep yourself cool, smash a few of those sugar cravings you might be having. Let me go ahead and show you how we make that, and let's get this amazing ice from this Typhur Nugget Ice Maker to make it nice and chilly. This recipe is going to come together quick. If you need some more recipe ideas to keep you stable on your keto or carnivore diet, go pick up my brand new book, Eat Your Meat, Love Your Life, dropping October 6th, 2026. Link is in the description. Go pre-order that. You'll get the free pre-order bonus, which is going to have a couple of desserts in it as well. Make sure you go grab that. 130 carnivore recipes to crank your kitchen to 11. It's going to give you all the options that you could possibly want. Now, let's talk about this custard. So for the caramel flavor, we're going to use allulose. If you cannot do allulose, you can find some sweetener blends out there that have like a brown sugar vibe. There's some other things you might be able to use, but if you want to actually caramelize it and get a true caramel flavor, allulose is ideal. I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of this into a dry pan. We're going to be making the custard with cream in this pan, but we're going to start by caramelizing that allulose. So I'm going to turn this on sort of a medium heat, and we're just going to swirl and shake the pan until the allulose becomes a golden color. We don't want to go all the way to brown because it will burn faster than regular sugar would. But if we want a nice caramel flavor, a nice deep golden yellow just starting to turn amber is perfect. Once we get that golden amber color, we can go ahead and add in 2 cups of heavy cream and start to whisk. So once we've put all of that cream in there and we've whisked all of the allulose caramel into it, we're going to go ahead and bring the cream up to a simmering temperature. We don't actually want it boiling or even bubbling that much. We just want it steamy and nice and hot. And then the next step you can either do in a large bowl with a whisk, or I'm going to show you an even easier way to do it with a blender. So my cream is now steaming. I'm going to go ahead and add just a pinch of salt to it. We do that because a little bit of salt actually helps bring out sweetness. So that's going to make it taste a lot nicer and just keeps it from tasting flat on the palate. Now I'm going to keep that nice and steamy, but not simmering. And we're going to grab a blender. Like I said, you can do this next step with a whisk and a large bowl if you prefer, but the blender just makes it easier. Into a blender is going to go 5 egg yolks. Now you could use 4 if you wanted a little less rich, but I like it nice and thick and creamy, so we're going to use 5 egg yolks. I've separated out the whites because the whites would scramble and it's not going to taste very good. So stick with just the yolks on this. So if you're doing the whisk and the bowl version of this, you're going to slowly pour in a little of this cream mixture at a time into the egg yolks while whisking constantly to keep them from scrambling. This is called tempering the yolks. If you're doing it in a blender, all you got to do is turn it on a low to medium speed and slowly pour in your hot and steaming cream mixture. Makes it a little bit easier. Once it's all poured in, crank it up on high and mix it fully. Or if you're doing this in a bowl, once it's all in there, just whisk it really well before we put it back in the saucepan. This stuff smells amazing. It's like a cream caramel smell. Our goal now is to get it up to 175 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to put it on sort of a medium low to medium heat, stir constantly while checking the temperature, and bring it to 175. You don't actually have to do this, but it will make it richer and creamier to make sure you get it up to temperature. And that's 175. Now that we're done cooking it, we can put it back in our blender and we're going to turn it on high just to make sure there's no bits of egg that maybe did get scrambled that would end up being pieces. Now, if you don't want to put it back in the blender, you can also pour it through a strainer and just filter any of that out. Honestly, it's just a little extra protein or fat depending on which part of the egg it was. So I'm just going to put this back into the blender. You now have the option of how you want to flavor this further, or if you want to flavor this further. You could leave it exactly the way that it is, and it would be beautiful and caramelly. But I'm going to add a few extra flavorings just to crank the kitchen flavor to 11 on this one. Add any additional sweetener of your choice. You can use stevia, you can use monk fruit, you can use erythritol, you can use sucralose, you can use whatever it is you like, and do it to taste. Stir it in, taste it, and make sure it's sweet enough for you. And really, I'm making this for Ash, not myself. So I'm going to add in a heaping tablespoon or so of unsweetened cocoa powder because she loves her chocolate. And I'm going to add the tiniest pinch of a decaf instant coffee. It's not enough to taste like it has coffee in it, but that tiny bit of bitterness from the coffee actually makes the chocolate taste more chocolatey. It's a really common trick in chocolate pastries or chocolate desserts of any kind. And lastly, I'm going to add in about a teaspoon. You could maybe even do 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Chris, how do you know that was a teaspoon? I just guess. In all my years of cooking, guessing on a teaspoon of vanilla extract has never caused an explosion that has destroyed the world. So if you would like to measure with your heart the way that I do, I think it'll be just fine. Now we're just going to blend it up on high and make it nice and smooth. And then we need to chill it down before I show you how we finish it with that amazing nugget ice from Typhur. And I'm not just going to pour it over ice and drink it. There's more to it than that. Totally optional, but if you want to bump the fat even a little bit more, throw in a tablespoon of butter. While it's hot, blend it on high. Now we're going to taste it one more time for sweetness, flavoring, see if anything needs to be adjusted, and then we're going to cool it before we finish it. It's absolutely incredible. Let's cool it down, and I'll show you how we finish. Now that our mixture has cooled, I've got it back in the blender. We're going to put a whole bunch of ice in here, and we're not just going to pour this over ice. We're actually going to put about 2 parts of this mixture to 1 part of this nugget ice. What's really cool is because this nugget ice is so small, it's going to explode really quickly, and it's almost going to partially freeze this mixture. Not totally freeze it. It's almost going to make it like a custard slush. The removable ice bin is really nice if you're getting down to that last little bit, or if you need to clean the machine. Only takes a few seconds blending it on high, and you get this beautiful, drinkable custard slush texture. This stuff is amazing. So that right there is the chocolate caramel custard slush. A great way to get fat in your diet if you're trying to. A wonderful way to kill those sugar cravings, especially if you're someone who likes things like milkshakes. You can customize the flavor of how you do this. You don't have to use the caramel, you don't have to use the chocolate. You can make it however you want. But 2 cups of cream plus those 5 egg yolks makes the most rich, delicious, beautiful custard that you can drink. And you can have it hot too if you like it that way, chilled, poured over ice, but this slush like this is fantastic, and it's all thanks to this Typhur Nugget ice maker. I'm gonna put the link down below for you guys to go grab one of these. They are absolutely fantastic. They do a great job. I'm using it every single day. You just might want to as well, because you can control what goes into your ice and your food. Crush your sugar cravings, pre-order the cookbook, and check out another video of mine right now.